Well, how do I follow that one? I don't know what this contraption is, I don't know whether it's blowing it or what. Well, let's say this isn't the first warm seat I've got up from with a piece of paper in my hand. Thanks, Sue, for that one. No, I must admit, I'm pleasantly surprised with Mark's speech. It was very good, mate. But I must admit, everything I'm about to say is 100% true. Firstly, I just have to say, Lisa, as Mark's echoed already, you do look absolutely stunning. And I'm sure that Doreen and Steve are very proud of you today. Lorna, Katie, again, you look very beautiful. Thank you for making this day such a special occasion. Even the groom, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think he scrubs up too bad, does he? Again, I'm sure Nick, Sue, you're actually very proud of him today. And I'm going to say it is a great honour and a sign of our friendship that Mark chose him to be his best man. It does mean a huge deal to me. Not everyone knows this, but me and Mark, we didn't actually know each other at school, even though we were there together for 5 years. It was once we'd left school and Mark was whizzing about on his motorbike and I was hanging around aimlessly at the local phone box. Well, ever since then we've hated each other, haven't we? No, we've become great friends and we've had some real fun and scrapes along the lines, both together and individually, some of which I'd like to share with you today. This is the supposed fantasy world that we're about to embark on.
There with him and join him.
It's a thrilling magic carpet ride. I think what I'll do is, there's a few stories when I've been writing this that I've put in, and I must admit I've had writer's block a few times when I've been trying to complete this, but some of these I just couldn't ignore, particularly our first lads' holiday together in Tenerife in August 2001. It was a memorable occasion. I mean, it was luxury all the way, £299 for 2 weeks. Basically, we got off the plane and we were just waiting. We got our bags and everything, and we were waiting for the taxis to roll up, take us to Guest House Paradiso or whatever it was called. So we all thought we'd ring home and tell our parents that we'd arrived safely, and it was upon coming off the phone that we all looked at each other and said, "You know that our place has been on holidays from hell tonight." Anyway, a couple of mornings after we arrived, we decided, Mark, myself, Chris Dent and Robin Adair, who were the other two lads that came with us, we decided we'd have a day at the beach, the only day out of 2 weeks. So me and Mark purchased a couple of blow-up lilos from 24-hour Supermercado, I think it was pronounced. Anyway, the sky was blue, but I think the air was a bit bluer because Mark decided to hold my feet down into the volcanic sand. And therefore, I think a few choice words were spoken. Anyway, what resulted next was quite comical from my point of view. We wandered to the far side of the beach, set our bags down and took our lilos into the ocean and rode a few small waves. Anyway, that was the last thing I remember before I hear this very loud horn and an engine sound. It was a fishing boat, basically telling us to get out of the way or we'd be the next capture. after that close shave, I took a look around to my right to see Mark. He was approximately 20 yards to the right of me. He just pointed, and I looked to see, well, not see, the beach. Just some rocks in the distance to the left-hand side. Anyway, I looked at my newly acquired Tag Heuer watch that I bought for 1,000 pesetas the previous evening. It was genuinely honest. And it said 11:38. It had been approximately 11 o'clock when we'd arrived, and we'd obviously fallen asleep, floated out too far. Obviously there were no buoys or anything to let us know that we'd gone too far, but that was just one of the hilarious moments in the start of that holiday. We did manage to paddle back to the shore safely via a minor collision with some rocks, but anyway, that was, as I say, just one of the first funny incidents that we had. Also, back in the early days, it seemed that yours truly had the honour of a lot of Saturday nights assisting Mark home or to his lift home, generally dribbling all over me. It got to one particular summer's evening when we had our Del Boy and Rodney moment. Now, I don't know if anyone will have seen the episode where Rodney rescues Del from the casino, but we'd got too drunk and forgotten what time it was. When we walked out, it was beaming daylight. It was, I think it was about 20 to 9, in fact. Anyway, I think I'm losing track here a little bit, but no, it was one of the very few nights that Martin van Kerwin made his way home safely for once. Anyway, let me give me a moment to recapture myself and where I'm at. Anyway, I'm sure that most of the lads and family and friends have all got their own memorable stories involving Mark, such as these or incidents of similar nature. Like the time I think he wandered into a gay bar in Germany wearing a tank top. I think he decided to make a swift exit, but I think it was only later on that he found out that it was one of his mates that had wound him up a little bit. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, this brings me to the stag do. Yeah. It was decided that the destination would be Benidorm for a long weekend. And what a weekend it was. I think there ended up being 34 men of varying ages. And I must say, it is the best trip I've ever been on. It was absolutely superb. And I've got to thank Stu Smedley and particularly Mick Johnson for all their help in organising that. Cheers, Mick. Can I have a round of applause for that? Anyway, can't read my own writing.
Benidorm.
We planned it all out. That's why we're in different classes.
Not only that, we were in different years. No, I'm sure we'll be talking about Benidorm for years to come. Anyway, back to Mark. On the second night, I had the honour, as he's touched on, of taking him home to the hotel. He complained of feeling a bit poorly. I think he'd had a slight bad reaction to a triple navy rum, but... So we flagged the taxi down for both of us for the second time in just under 24 hours. I'll get to that one in a moment. Took us back to the room. By this time I'm holding him up all the way, right up to our room on the 8th floor. The bloody lifts were slow, I tell you. Especially when I had to carry him over and put him into bed. Anyway, the next morning I awoke to find towels all over the floor. Yeah, I think you know what's coming, Lisa. A friend of ours, David Whitey, had been sleeping in that living room area, and someone, mentioning no names, got up in the middle of the night and failed to locate the toilet.
Lifetime, Lisa. I'm doing it for years.
He obviously decided that that particular floor was the toilet. Not only that, but straight afterwards, Whitey woke bolt upright to find that Mark was sitting cross-legged facing him. This prompted Whitey to ask what the hell he was doing. Mark says, I'm off the bed. Whitey says, not here, you know. Anyway, as Whitey swung round to get out of bed, he put his feet down in what can only be described as a puddle. Do you think this is fictional, Lisa? As I briefly mentioned previously, that was the second taxi ride we'd had in 2 nights. Well, the night before, approximately, I say night before, morning, it was approximately 5 AM, we decided to call it a night and started walking back. And this journey seemed to be taking an age. So we thought we got lost. So we flagged down the next taxi and told us to take him back to our apartments. So we jumped in the taxi, set off, and then all of a sudden the taxi stopped about 6 or 7 seconds later. I said, what's up, senor? He said, you're here. And that'll be €6.80. So, it only happened to us two, I really think that. But if anyone's taught me 3 things about Mark is that, well, the following. Number 1, I think he enjoyed wearing the dress that we made him. And it's probably not a good idea to wear it in bed, as Geordie will attest to.
Without his underwear.
Yeah, as Geordie awoke to quite a pretty sight, not, with the dress riding up here and nothing else on the Number 2, don't ever give him navy rum. And number 3, and on a serious note, what a great group of friends and family he has. I mean, to get 34 fellas on a stag do abroad for a long weekend is a testament to how high in regard we hold you. It was memorable for all the right reasons, and I believe that we've all got this camaraderie together. I mean, look at me using big words there, but I do think that we've got this camaraderie that very few areas have, and groups of friends have. So I also wanted to thank all the guys that made it such an enjoyable trip. I'm sure, like Goody said earlier, we'll be talking about it for years to come. And thanks obviously to Cronny, Geordie and Mickey J for helping keeping our taxi this morning. A big surprise to Mark, and thanks to Sue for organising it. It was very good. Finally, I've got to say, mate, that it's absolutely been my honour and a privilege to serve as your best man. I'm happy to call you both my friends. I also want to wish you well on your honeymoon in North Wales.